I'm Brandon Lang, and this is your Wednesday edition of My Two Cents. And we'll get to your free pick winner in just a moment on Utah and BYU in college basketball. We'll have it in just a second. So let's get right into My Two Cents today because it's a subject that I've been loving to talk about. I don't know if you happen to see the golf last weekend, Tiger Woods at Isleworth. He finished dead last. And everybody keeps talking about Tiger Woods is going to come back and Tiger Woods is going to do this and Tiger Woods is going to do that. Let me put it in perspective for you. You take away all the freak sex and all the freaky girls and all that stuff he had going on outside golf, and you focus on his golf. He's bored. And he was playing a golf course at Isleworth that he owns the course record, where he was a member. And he flat out imploded. He duffed chip shots, not 10 yards, but 2 yards in front of him. Not once, but twice. Tiger, being the liar that he is, said, and I quote, "I didn't know the grass grew that way." That's what he said. I didn't know the grass grew that way. You knew it grew that way when you shot the course record a few years back. You knew it grew that way when you've been a member there ever since you moved to Orlando and got your home in Isleworth. All of a sudden you don't remember the grass grows that way? Good one. I mean, as brilliant as you are, Tiger, you couldn't come up with something a little better than that? Why don't you finally be honest with yourself and honest with everybody else and look right into the camera and say, I'm just not as good as I was. And I'm really going to have to work harder and play harder to beat some of these kids that are out there now because I just don't have it. Instead, you're doing what you've always done. You're trying to fool everybody else and yourself that you're still the greatest, when in fact, at best, you're just mediocre. It's about time you rode off in the sunset, Tiger. It's about time you rode off in the sunset because you ain't going to sniff 18 majors. It's not going to happen. And your whole entire legacy on the face of the planet Earth in golf was 18 majors. That was the last thing you could possibly hang your hat on, possibly put right there at the top of your trophy case. It's all you have left. It must really suck to know deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, that's never going to happen. And that, my friend, must be the hardest pill of all to swallow for you. All right, free pick winner. Great ball game here. 14th ranked Utah Utes and BYU hook it up. And I'm going to roll with the Utes here. 6-1 on the year, only loss being a very hard-fought game at San Diego State. And this team is flat out getting it done. The difference between BYU and Utah is the Utes play defense. And they flat out get after it, as evidenced by the 53-48 game against San Diego State. BYU good, no question about it, 7-2. But for my dollar pound for pound, I think Utah is a better basketball team, and I will gladly roll with the Utes in this spot here. Free pick winner on the Utah Utes. That's it, everybody. I'm Brandon Lang. I'll see you back here on Thursday with another edition of My Two Cents.